Here we go. Recording in progress. All right, so our first person up to give a speech, I think we have Miss Ife.
Yeah. So do I just start?
Yeah, go ahead. I know you're the first one, so it's all kind of like we're figuring out. So yes, you'll just start and we'll make sure to go through each and every one. Cool?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ife Adeboye, and I'm running for your next NHS officer. Wondering why you should vote for me? Here's why. As an individual, I'm detail-oriented, committed, hardworking, and I promise to fulfill any task given to me, as well to be a helpful teammate to the rest of the NHS officers. Additionally, I want to make sure that everyone is involved in fundraisers and school events, not only because they have to, but because they want to. Another reason why I will be a great candidate for this position is that I want to play a contributing role in coordinating events such as blood drives, tackle cancer, single grants, and etc. I am determined that as an NHS officer, I'll complete a task to the best of my abilities. I will make sure to get actively involved and work alongside the officers and the student of Wayzata High School community, because I believe that their voice matters. I understand that many people want to have a fun time, and if you know me, I'm all for that. But we need to be responsible as well. And I'm someone who is responsible, organized, fun, which are needed characteristics as an NHS officer. Voting for me is voting for someone who will be dedicated to actually making all of these possibilities a reality. To add to that, if you vote for me, you're voting for someone with experience in leadership who has helped their community, and most importantly, someone who has a strong desire to not only improve NHS itself, but the community around me. If you want to have an amazing high school experience where you always have a great time, then you should vote for me, Ife Adeboye, as your 2021 to 2022 NHS officer. So consider voting for me, because I guarantee you won't regret it.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Ife, for starting us off. Like I said, we're going to try and just keep kind of chugging along here. So I think up next we have Jackson.
Yeah. So hello, my name is Jackson Phillips, and I'm running for NHS officer next year. So I genuinely love helping people and doing what I can to help the community. I'm dedicated and hardworking, and I really do want to help and not just sit around and do nothing. I do feel it would be beneficial for NHS to have a more involved leadership position without not being too overbearing. Obviously, like Ife said, she's definitely right that people want to have fun and not be controlled their entire lives. So I can agree with that. And I also think it'd be great to have more activities for the community as a whole, more things like the more things like the trash pickup and stuff like that. One of the things that I've done that I'm really proud of is volunteering for the Minnesota Special Hockey Team, which has definitely helped me learn to help people and also learn to develop my love for helping people. And I think that was paramount to the development of my person and my ability to guide, help, and lead people as a whole. So thank you, and vote for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Jackson. All right, next up, Miss Shalini.
Hi, NHS. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe and healthy. My name is Shalini Jadhav, and I'm pleased to have this opportunity to run for NHS Senior Officer for our following school year. This year has been extremely difficult for all of us here, and unfortunately, we were not able to carry out NHS activities as per a normal year. For example, many of our snow days activities were put on hold or were not able to proceed with their full potential, such as SADs or Singograms. However, even through all these difficulties, we were still able to do a lot as an organization. Fall and spring cleanup and running blood drives for our community was just the start. I'm excited and ready to start off our senior year and would be grateful to become one of your NHS officers. I'm a very dedicated person and always make sure to put in my best efforts, whether it's in class, clubs, or other out-of-school activities. I will be sure to carry the same dedication if chosen to be an NHS officer. I will always make sure that NHS is one of my top priorities and dedicate my time to make our years seamless. I promise to always be present and be an active leader whether I'm working in the foreground or the background. Being a part of NHS is not only about the organization or the prestige we hold, but I ensure to carry out all of the pillars of NHS throughout my daily life. By guaranteeing scholarship, leadership, character, and service, I'll live each day to my fullest. Outside of schoolwork, I'm involved in numerous other activities in and out of the high school. With my broad experiences, I've gained the skill of networking and making strong connections with my peers. This will be important as a future NHS senior officer, as I would not only have to work with all of us at the NHS, but also the rest of the student body, the Wayzata High School staff, and our entire community. I'm a kind and respectful individual, and I believe that my skill sets are well suited to be a senior officer this next year. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you consider voting me, Shalini Jadhav, as one of your next NHS senior officers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my dear. Continuing on this trajectory, we have Cameron.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cameron Weiner. I'm a current junior and one of your 2021-2022 NHS officer candidates. I would like to be an NHS officer for a wide variety of reasons. For one, I believe that I have the necessary leadership qualities that would make me a great officer and future leader of NHS. As I would be representing you guys, one of the most important things is knowing how to listen to others and take charge on their suggestions to implement at a further time. I believe that as a leader of NHS, one thing that I would focus on is listening to my peers and make the necessary changes to make NHS even better. Additionally, over the past 3 years, I've involved myself in a wide variety of clubs and activities and gotten to know lots of people, both inside and outside of NHS and other school events. Serving as a captain, board member, and other leadership positions in said clubs and activities has prepared me to be a strong leader, and I hope to further this through being an NHS board member. As for the future of NHS, one thing that I think this year's current NHS officers did really well was the full transition into an online NHS. One of my main goals next year is, if I'm to be elected as NHS officer, is to make the transition of NHS back to in-person as smooth as possible for our senior year and to make sure that we can still experience all the events that we sadly missed out on this year. I want to get everyone in NHS as involved and passionate as myself in school events and fundraisers in order to find great success of the future of this club. Overall, you should vote for me for NHS officer, as I'm a dedicated, passionate leader with great vision for the future success of NHS. A vote for me is a vote for the betterment of NHS, and thus you should vote for me. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have Sarayu.
Hi guys, my name is Sarayu Gurugachinta, and I wanted to thank you all for considering me to be one of your NHS officer candidates for the next school year. I believe that I'm well suited to be an officer because I have multiple qualities that will allow me to create a sense of community and provide leadership for NHS. First off, since all of us will be going back in person for school this coming year, this will be a big shift in flexibility, communication, and decisiveness will be vital to make this transition smooth. With all of us experiencing this pandemic, we've all had to be flexible at times. Because of this, I've grown more flexible and learned how to adapt on different occasions. This has helped me build effective leadership skills such as time management. With changing situations coming our way, I'm sure that with my flexibility and time management, I will be able to effectively help manage those changes and make it easier for all of us. Throughout the past year, communication has been critical to being successful. I've been able to use communication to strengthen existing relationships as well as create new ones. Connecting NHS officers to other NHS members and NHS itself to the school community is both a necessity and a priority. With my communication skills that have only been strengthened both from the challenges that we've all faced this past year and my experiences volunteering, I'm confident that I will be able to bridge any gaps to make the community stronger and our efforts more valuable. On top of that, with the uncertainty and millions of changes that this pandemic has brought with it, making decisions has been hard, but it has been essential. I believe that these skills will allow me to provide a strong leadership for this club. Another reason that I would be a strong leader and would be able to help make NHS a better organization is because I'm organized. I would be able to structure NHS in such a way that information is easily accessible. Being on top of things is imperative in a club as big as NHS. And this is because as a club, we handle things important to our school community. I want to help make NHS a better organization by making it more interactive, like other people have suggested. I believe that I will be able to do this thanks to my creativity. This past year, we were split into our respective communities and only had 2 big as a whole events, the cleanups, which were very successful. In the coming school year, I hope to see more events that bring the entirety of NHS together. And if possible, I would love to help organize such events. Once again, I would like to thank you all for considering me to be one of your NHS officers for the next school year, and I hope you will consider voting for me to be one of your NHS officers. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Moving right along to Maitri.
Hi, I'm Maitri Chandrasekhar, and I am running to be your NHS officer. I believe a good officer has the qualities of diligence, efficiency, and being a reliable team player. Diligence is a strong quality I exemplify. I put hard work into everything I do and will always make sure that a project reaches its fullest potential. Secondly, I know how important efficiency is to everyone. So by being your officer, I will ensure that everyone knows what is to be done. This way, the activities and volunteering we do will be as effective as they can be and have a positive impact on our community. Finally, I am a reliable team player. Being an officer means that you have good communication and social skills. I possess these qualities as I listen to others and value kindness. I will make sure to meet your needs and help when it's necessary. By having all of these characteristics, I believe that I will be a good fit for the officer position. Thank you for your time, and I hope I've earned your vote.
Miss Ellis, you're muted. Thank you very much. Miss Ella, you are up next.
Hi, my name is Ella Alexander, and like the other people giving speeches today, I'm hoping to be elected as an NHS officer. One of my main goals, if I was an officer, would be to create a positive and engaging environment for every member. I feel that is necessary in order for our club to be successful and impactful in the community, is that every member in our club enjoys it. I felt that the leaders this year did an incredible job in ensuring that despite COVID-19, our club continued to function, and I hope to do the same as a transition period to all in person next year. I feel that my ability to handle a tough academic schedule, as well as be a student athlete year round, has enabled me to not only be an organized, but also a self-motivated individual, which I believe can be extremely helpful in being an NHS officer. It is my role as an officer to not only dedicate myself to this club, but also prioritize the students and to ensure that they get the gratification that they want from this club that I've already felt. It is my role as a leader to not only represent our club, but also our school and the surrounding community. We can all acknowledge the importance of volunteering and giving back to our community. And that is why I believe it is even more vital that our club continues to promote the idea of putting effort and time into our community. Our club is only as good as what our members put into it. That is why I believe it is even more important for the upcoming school year that our club even focuses on doing bigger activities and fundraising for those who have been severely affected by COVID-19. I view the groups that could utilize our club the most as would be the elderly in our community as well as the youth. I feel that these two groups have been highly affected through COVID-19, not only through the isolation they've experienced with school shutting down and the limited visitation, but also the upcoming transition period to an all in-person school year, as well as allowing more people to come into the elderly communities. I feel that I would be a great asset as an NHS officer, and I hope that after hearing what I've had to say and my aspirations for next year, you do too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Claire.
Hi, everybody. My name is Claire Swinsky, and obviously I am also running as one of your 2021 to 2022 NHS officers. So my two main goals as an NHS officer would be simple: organization and communication. Planning and organization are two of my strong suits that I hope to utilize as an officer. I would work hard to make the transition smooth back from this crazy COVID year to a more connected and cohesive NHS. After a full year of uncertainty and disconnect, I plan to make it my priority as NHS officer to foster a well-rounded and well-organized NHS experience, making sure that all NHS members are kept up to date with events and activities. To do so, I would work to ensure that communication about such events is prompt and that all members feel as though their voices are heard in their committees and in the organization as a whole. With hopes of a more normal school year in our future, I would focus on reinstating our committees to their fullest potential, which for many was unfortunately not able to be seen this year. As an NHS officer, I would aim to reconnect and revive not only NHS, but Wayzata High School as a whole. NHS is such a crucial part of the spirit of Wayzata High School, and I would do my absolute best to represent the organization and bring the fun back to WHS. So thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you consider me, Claire Sminsky, as one of your 2021 to 2022 NHS officers.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Jack, you are up next.
Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I know it's speech number 9, but look, here's the thing, you guys. Often when we hear successful speeches for campaigns, they have something extremely entertaining going on or can make you laugh with jokes. After all, it is an election, and I could go ahead and try, but knowing who I am, you'd probably end up laughing at me rather than laughing with me. So I'm not sure that's the right approach for me. So this is what I'll say instead. I'm the right person for the NHS officer position because I'm truly committed to NHS and to the community, and I can prove it to you. You may know NHS has 4 pillars, as I think Shalini mentioned earlier: scholarship, which we clearly all have already, as well as service, leadership, and character. And I won't ramble on and list everything I've done for you, but I do cover these pillars. In terms of service, I'm one of only 3 juniors in NHS and the only one running for officer to get the Interview Ambassador Award with over 100 hours of volunteering. In terms of leadership, I've been on student council for 9 years, and I'm currently on the Wayzata and Hennepin County Student Councils. I also was the only junior to head Wayzata Spirit Avenue last year, a crossover event between NHS, YS, and STUCO before it got canceled due to weather. In terms of character, I know your time is valuable, so I'm just using this speech to present to you what I really stand for and what I really believe in, just me. NHS is such an influential club. I mean, we are the National Honor Society, right? We are the brightest and most caring and already the best leaders in our community. And we missed so much of it with COVID last year. Although the officers did a great job, it was just out of their control. But NHS has so much to offer and so many important functions to our community. From dances you'll remember forever to life-saving blood drives, NHS benefits all aspects of the community. But it needs to be done right, and it will take a lot of effort. I will, and I've proven I can, put in that effort. So today you have a say towards next year's NHS officers, and I'm near the end of the speeches, and a lot of you probably already think about who you're going to vote for. But even if you don't know me well, I hope you consider voting for me. Hopefully, through the speech, I've earned your vote through your respect and proving to you that I am the right person to handle this responsibility. I truly appreciate all your time, so I won't take any more of it. Please do consider throwing one of your votes my way. Thank you, and remember, Jack has your back.
Thanks, Jack. Okay, 2 more. We have Andrew next, and then Yashavi. Sorry, I don't know anybody from this last year. I feel terrible. So, Andrew.
Sounds good. Hey everyone, I'm Andrew. Votes me for NHS officer. As I believe the officer serves his or her members, I'll be taking some questions this morning. Hands raising only, please. Danny.
Okay, who are you and what are you involved in?
Great question, Danny. Over the past 3 years at Wayzata, I've been involved in many activities. I'm a Club YS board leader, HOSA officer, Science Olympiad events leader, Chinese club officer, and I play soccer, to name a few. I also play the acoustic guitar, as you can see here, as part of a band. Manisha.
So I was wondering why I should vote for you.
Another great question. 3 words: experienced, dynamic, adventurous. 1 more, please. Atharva.
How are you going to make NHS better?
Well, as your NHS officer, I want to introduce the new and exciting. As to what exactly that means, you'll just have to find out. Although I'm not the type of person to plan a senior prank, that's not saying I don't condone it. Also, if you vote for me, I promise to get to everyone's opinion before any decisions. We could use interactive polls to give everyone here a voice. Thank you, everyone. I'm Andrew. Vote me for NHS officer.
Thank you, Andrew. And last but certainly not least, Yashasvi, I will let you introduce yourself, obviously.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Yashasvi, and I think I would make a great officer because I'm passionate about helping others, and I'm dedicated to making NHS and the high school community a better place for everyone. I realize that leadership isn't only about being assertive and getting your own ideas across, but rather about collaborating and communicating with other people. The ability to listen is what differentiates a good leader from a mediocre one, and I will do all I can to strive to be a great leader in order to fully commit to my role and to the student body. I'm a leader who will work with other leaders and club members to ensure smooth planning through greater communication for events. And I believe that as an NHS officer, I would be efficiently able to carry out my responsibilities while also keeping my fellow officers and you students in mind. So online school has made what could have been the best year difficult for all of us. Communication, motivation has all suffered due to this isolation. And it's not like creating a tight-knit community was easier before this pandemic, but as we move forward and become seniors, it's going to get harder because there's still so much uncertainty in the air. But as your officer, I want to help bring us closer together by promoting inclusiveness and kindness, not only through my words, but also through my actions. Volunteering gives us a voice that many of us haven't had before, while also allowing us to give back to our community in positive ways. I feel that for my volunteering, that I've learned a lot and I've also benefited from the community because by being a part of NHS, all of you are not only striving to create a better community, but also to better yourselves. As an officer, I would make sure that all NHS members are able to create the change they want to see in our community by making sure that you guys are all aware of all the opportunities that are happening by focusing on ways to improve communication between all members. I would also ensure that committee heads communicate more thoroughly and are more involved with the members and with the planning of the projects. So all NHS members know what is currently happening and are not confused and have multiple opportunities to give back to their community. You should vote for me because I strive to create a more inclusive, welcoming, and tight-knit community through collaboration with all of you and my fellow officers. And as we learned from High School Musical, we're all in this together.
I love that. My brother-in-law had never seen High School Musical, any of them. And so every time he's come over, we've watched the first one and the second one. So the next time he comes over, we'll watch the third. Okay, so thank you to those of you who got up in front of all of us and were able to speak and advocate for yourself. You all seem like you're going to be fantastic candidates for next year's positions as officers. What I'm going to do now, I just sent the Google form in the chat. The expectation is that there's no way to like set a limit to how many people you can choose. You should only choose 3. Some of you, I said choose 5 and you chose more than 5. The reason being is I really want to get a sense of like, who are your top 3? It might be a really hard choice. For me, listening to these speeches, it would be a hard choice. So I really want you to think about who presented themselves in these speeches. Who do you think is going to really represent our organization in a positive, engaging way? Who is going to be the best fit for this position? So just keep those things in mind as you are filling this out. I am going to try to have everybody have these submissions completed by the end of the day today. We will be announcing our new officers and committee heads at senior night. So you'll get more information about that, but that will be next Monday. So we need to kind of get that information here shortly. So thank you for those of you who gave your speeches. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you guys, whether in the facet of officers, committee heads, or general members. So thank you. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day and make sure that you vote for your top 3 that you think deserve a spot as an NHS officer for next year.